A Cooper Discoverer AT3 runs about $220 a tire, a Goodyear Wrangler in the same size. And class runs closer to $280. Same rubber compound science in a lot of cases, same manufacturing standards, just a name on the sidewall that doesn't carry the same swagger at checkout. These are 7 all-terrain tire brands that get skipped over at the shop for reasons that have nothing to do with how they actually perform. And the 4 things you can check yourself to prove it. Number 1. Cooper. Founded in Akron, Ohio in 1914, now Cooper has spent 100 years with a reputation as the tire your grandfather bought because it was cheap. That reputation is outdated. In 2021, Goodyear paid $2.5 billion to acquire Cooper Tire, and instead of folding the brand into its own lineup, Goodyear kept it running as a separate value tier. That means the Discoverer AT3 isn't some no-name budget tire anymore. It's built with Goodyear's manufacturing scale and quality control behind it, priced around $220 a tire instead of the $280 you'd pay for a Wrangler with a similar tread pattern. It handles daily driving, gravel roads, and light snow without drama, and the $60 per tire gap comes almost entirely from brand positioning, not from what's in the tire. Number 2. General Tire. Also founded in Akron, Ohio, 1 year after Cooper in 1915, General has been owned by the German company Continental since 1987. Continental runs General as its value line, and a lot of the tread compound work General uses today was proven first in Continental's own flagship tires years earlier before it trickled down. The Grabber A/T line runs about $140 a tire with strong sidewalls and solid traction on gravel and mud, against roughly $180 for a comparable Continental all-terrain tire. Same parent company, same engineering pipeline. $40 a tire apart. No tire company sponsored this video. Every brand on this list earned its spot by clearing 4 checks you can run yourself at any tire shop. First, look at the treadwear rating on the sidewall. Around 300 is a balanced tire. 500 or higher means it'll last a long time. Anything near 200 wears out fast no matter what the salesman tells you. Second, check the load index against your door jamb sticker, especially if you tow or haul. A cheap tire rated below what your truck needs isn't a bargain, it's a liability. Third, look at who owns the brand. Continental, Goodyear, Hankook, or Michelin ownership usually means real engineering sitting under a smaller name. Fourth, check the DOT date code, the 4 digits stamped on the sidewall that tell you the week and year the tire was built. Rubber ages sitting in a warehouse whether it's mounted or not. So, a tire that sat on a shelf for 3 years already has a head start on wearing out. Run those 4 checks, and most of the price gap on the wall in front of you stops making sense. Number 3. Falcon. Owned by Sumitomo Rubber Industries out of Kobe, Japan, where the company was founded in 1909. Sumitomo is one of Japan's largest tire manufacturers, and that scale funds tread compound research most independent brands can't afford to run in-house. Falken's Wildpeak AT series gets cross-shopped constantly against the BFGoodrich KO2, and the price gap is real. The Wildpeak runs around $160 a tire against roughly $220 for the KO2. It's built with a 3-ply sidewall for puncture resistance, holds up in winter conditions better than most tires in its price range, and rides quieter on the highway than you'd expect from an aggressive tread pattern. Spend 10 minutes on any overlanding forum and Falcon's name comes up before any ad campaign ever put it there. That's the kind of reputation built by owners comparing notes on the trail, not by a marketing department. Number 4. Kumho. Founded in South Korea in 1960, Kumho is now one of the largest tire manufacturers in the world and supplies original equipment and tires to major automakers who don't let a weak tire near their assembly line. Here's the catch people miss. The Kumho tire that ships on a new car off the factory floor is built to a cost target set by that automaker, not the spec Kumho sells at retail. Judging the brand by its factory fitment tire is like judging a restaurant by the free bread basket. The Road Venture AT line delivers real wet road grip, solid tread life, and reinforced shoulder blocks for gravel and light off-road use, all without falling apart on a daily highway commute. Kumho has also scored well in independent European tire testing, the kind of testing that isn't handing out praise to protect anyone's ad budget. Would you have guessed that going in? Number 5. Toyo. Independent Japanese building tires since 1945, and unlike General or Cooper, Toyo isn't running on trickle-down technology from a bigger parent company. It funds its own tread compound research through decades of motorsports and off-road racing. That independence is why experienced truck owners trust the name even though it doesn't have the ad budget of the bigger players. The Open Country AT3 runs about $180 a tire, well under the roughly $220 for a BFGoodrich KO2, while matching it on tread life and towing manners. The tread pattern is designed to self-clean in mud and snow, instead of packing solid and losing grip halfway through a trail. Toyo doesn't need a big marketing push because the reputation was built by people who drove on it first, on washboard gravel and loose rock, the kind of conditions that separate a tire that looks tough from one that actually is. If this kind of breakdown is useful, that's what this channel does. No sponsorships involved. A quick subscribe helps more than you'd think. Mix number 6. Nexen. Building tires since 1942, Nexon now supplies original equipment tires to Porsche, Volkswagen, Hyundai, Kia, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz, automakers that don't put their badge on a tire that hasn't already passed years of internal testing. The Roadian ATX runs about $130 a tire and carries that same engineering into a genuinely affordable all-terrain option. It's quiet enough for a daily commute, but capable enough that a weekend trail doesn't feel like a compromise, with a tread block layout tuned to keep road noise down without giving up bite on gravel and dirt. If Porsche and Mercedes trust the engineering enough to put their name on it at the factory, it's worth asking why so many buyers walk past it at the shop and reach for a name they just recognize instead. Number 7. Sailun. This is the one honest exception on the list, and it deserves to be treated that way instead of oversold. Sailun has no Michelin, Continental, or Goodyear standing behind it. It's an independent company just over 2 decades old that spent that time building its own compounds instead of inheriting research from a bigger parent. The Terramax AT line runs around $110 a tire, hundreds of dollars less across a full set than the premium names on this list, and it delivers real traction in gravel, mud, and snow. Some owners report more road noise as the tires age, and Sailun doesn't carry the decades of racing pedigree that Toyo or Kumho can point to. That's the honest trade-off here, not a hidden one. For a lot of truck owners running errands and hitting weekend trails instead of chasing extreme conditions, it's still a smart buy. Run the same 4 checks next time you're standing in a tire shop looking at 2 nearly identical options $40 apart. Treadwear rating, load index, who actually owns the brand, and the date code on the sidewall. Most of the time, the expensive one isn't buying you more tire, it's buying you a name you've already heard of. What's on your truck right now, and how many miles did you get out of it? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you want more of these breakdowns.